That comes much later because let's register the FIR. FIR doesn't require 197.
After the FIR.
FIR is to be done.
Doesn't require 197.
It's a right, fundamental right. I have a right to go to the police officer and file an FIR.
Whether so why was this FIR?
It is denied every day, even today.
Aapne bola hai bar. If that FIR was filed,
maybe she should have been alive today.
She would have been alive.
Definitely, I agree.
Definitely.
Kiran, what does an honest person do? What does an honest man and woman do? What are their options?
I think the problem is in the registration of crime across the country. Crime यहाँ register नहीं होता है. Not registration is an exception. Is an exception and not the rule. The rule is non-registration. We need to address this issue, and therefore e-complaints now we must encourage more and more of e-complaints. Go to any computer, go as an SMS. It should become an FIR. It's the onus.
Remove the power of the SHO in the police station.
Take away the power of not registration. You got to register. That means अगर उन दिनों में e-complaint system होता और जो अभी भी नहीं है. अगर ये कंप्लेंट सिस्टम होता उसकी कंप्लेंट आज उनकी कंप्लेंट उनकी वेबसाइट में होती और फिर रिकॉर्ड में होती तो कहां से आप भागते. अब प्रॉब्लम ये रिकॉर्ड में है ही नहीं. ये तो गई है होम सेक्रेटरी के पास, डीजी के पास, चीफ मिनिस्टर्स के पास जो फैसला कर रहे हैं कि करें ना करें. सो आई थिंक वी नीड टू इवॉल्व अ सिस्टम ऑफ ई कंप्लेंट बिकॉज नॉन रजिस्ट्रेशन
because I need to make a break.
In this case is different. Miss Ruchika, Mr. Grotra, myself went to the police station on 18/8/90 and instead of FIR it is DDR and no action has been taken on DDR.
निठारी killings में तो भी ये हुआ था. Nithari also
explain to our viewers what's a DDR.
Oh, it's a daily diary entry. It's not a cognizable offense. It's just a record that you came. It's a record of your coming and going. But even that, if a cognizable offense is made out, a case ought to have been registered.
So if for 19 years, it's been so tough to even get a complaint on their books. I mean, how shocking is that?
But this is the rule, Barkha.
No, it's not shocking.
It's not shocking.
It's
happening every
day. It's not happening
every day for anger. What can we do?
What are we going to do? Is anybody in Haryana going to stop voting for the Chautalas because they did this? Okay. I ask myself this question.
Okay, on that.
If the day we decide people like them, at least they are proven people who have colluded with the police to bring one little child to death, we will never vote for them again. If we have this much conscience, if we have this much soul, this nonsense will end.
But we don't
Until
have
we don't get that, this is not going to
end. They will stand for election, Barkha. The point is we don't have a right to reject them. When they stand for election, who do you vote for? We don't have a right to reject them.
Okay, we are going to take a quick break, but looking ahead, lapses at every stage. Lapses by the CBI, lapses by the police, lapses by the bureaucracy, lapses by the politician.
And the school, even the school.
And the school. The school cannot be forgotten. The school that was heartless enough to throw out a 14-year-old girl. Was that also under political pressure? We will look at that after the break and take your questions as well. Welcome back to We the People. We're debating what should happen now to SPS Rathore and all those who were involved in the cover-up of Ruchika's tragic death. A 14-year-old girl who was molested and then after her family and friends were subjected to criminal intimidation driven to her death. Why did the CBI not make abetment to suicide a part of their charge sheet? That's the question I want to put to the panel in this segment. But before that, some questions from the audience.
This is more like a comment. If the police is a repository of our trust and they fail us so badly, what happens of a criminal justice system? Tomorrow, none of us feel safe. None of us want to obey the laws. It's going to just be a big mockery.
Amrit, as a police officer, there's some who suggested that when somebody who's meant to protect the law subverts it, they should get double the punishment. Is that a vigilante response or is that a felt, is there something to it?
No, that's true, because we are the custodians of law, and if we break it, then I think our punishment should not only be double, but 10 folds probably, because we're so aware of it.
No,
this is the danger. These are shortcuts. This is vigilantism. I'm sorry, I don't agree with this kind of populism. We have to address the fundamental issue. The fundamental issue is the complete collapse of the criminal justice system. As Kiran has very aptly put it, it is just now justice for the criminal instead of...
But how do you get the politician out of the justice system, Manish? And I think that's the thing. You're a lawyer, you're also a politician. Why was it so important for successive governments, including your own, to protect this land?
I cannot agree with you more. That why should it be important to protect
somebody? You can distance yourself from Bhajanlal now. But why did it take Bhupinder Hooda so long to make a suo motu intervention?
It's not a question of distancing myself from anything. The fact of the matter is, something as abominable as this has happened, and government after government, if it continues to promote and protect this person, there's something very rotten
But
about
I
this
ask
whole
you a
system.
simple question.
So therefore,
why has the Haryana government, which is currently a Congress-led government, why has it not shown more proactiveness on this case?
well, I did read that Mr. Bhupinder Singh Hooda has come
Yesterday,
out with a
after
very
all the noise,
affirmative
the fury,
statement, has come out with a very affirmative statement. But what is more important than that is that the law minister has directed the principal law officers of the government to sit down with the CBI, look at the entire thing in its entirety, and come out with a method whereby you can not only appeal for the enhancement of sentence, but look at the various other multiple issues which were flagged by Mr. Harish Salve, including the issue of, tampering with evidence, custodial torture,
and abetment
illegal
of suicide.
confinement.
I want to raise that point here. But there's a young girl here who has a valid question of why we live case to case.
Why is it, for how long are we going to require public outcry and outrage throughout the country for such cases to come up? I mean, the least the judge could have done was give him maximum sentence for molestation. And not 6 months. It's a joke.
Harish Salve, can we say something about I don't want to say something about the judge, but actually I'm tempted to. What sense does it make to give a 6-month sentence and the man's out on bail?
The same day.
The same day he's out on bail.
Naturally,
he's working.
Naturally, he's smiling.
He's smiling, yeah.
He's actually laughing all the way to the bank, and I repeat that sentence, understanding the connotation of the word bank also.
You actually think there's money involved here?
No, these kind of corrupt police, he is a corrupt police official, which is written all over his face, written all over his conduct, there's no doubt about it. The point is, he has literally got away with murder. Naturally, he's laughing all the way. But please understand, the whole system is a joke. 19 years is a joke. And then for the judge to take into consideration his age, having successfully stalled the trial for 19 years with 4 witnesses, naturally everybody is laughing. We all laugh. I mean, it depends on your perception. You either laugh cynically or you cry at the Indian criminal justice system.
But there's some people who have to fight.
Barkha, I see this happening every second day. The unsolved sentences have been reduced. I don't want to comment more. I have gone in appeal to the Supreme Court. I mean, the CBI, I think, has finally gone in appeal to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Why? Because of their social status?
Every level,
Every
level needs remedy. Registration to investigation to prosecution to trial to appeal to review. Where do you begin from?
What are the specifics that should happen now? You had a question.
Sir, the deliberate delays have taken place in dealing with this case. All the officials who are involved in this, they should be brought to books, and the High Court should take a serious action against those people.
High Court can do nothing.
I'll
tell you.
Why can't the High Court
I'll give you the answer
That's the
straight.
question.
I'll give you the answer straight away.
Yeah.
There must have been 30 magistrates who must have come and gone, or 30 sessions judge who must have come and gone in these 19 years. Did you keep count of how many?
Why can't the High Court make a suo motu intervention? Why can't the Chief Justice of India make a suo motu intervention?
This is criminal justice system. Why can't the state government wake up and file an appeal? Why can't the CBI file an appeal?
Keep asking Manish that. Why is the Hooda government not filing an appeal?
This matter is now being prosecuted by the Central Bureau of Investigation, and the Central Bureau of Investigation has been asked to sit down with the principal law officers of the government, look at the entire thing in its totality, and see what are the
multiple. Tell you, Barkha, the government today is in a mess over this. I'll tell you why.
Why?
And before Lalu could be there to oppose the appeal, the Solicitor General of India was there to oppose the Bihar government's appeal, saying that because CBI is investigated, the state government...
So are you sensing the same conundrum here?
No, now they are in a conundrum. Now here, of course, they don't have a political leader whom they needed to save that time and whom they want to save now. So they are all sort of, these are the kind of things they do.
Manish, it's true. It's true.
It would be inappropriate to put apples.
No, the simple question, let me put it to you simply. The CBI, and I'm going to ask the family and the friends this, the CBI could have made out a case for abetment of suicide.
Absolutely.
Why didn't it?
It opposed you.
Why didn't
CBI
it?
is also the police. Please don't forget that. I think there also we need to fix who overruled that joint director's recommendation.
Done all the time.
You see, there is. Who was the
Let's
CBI
get to
director
hear
at
from
that
this from the
time?
family. For those who don't know, this causal relationship, and I want to start with a friend. Did you watch Ruchika change completely?